Well guys, let me see what's going on here. Let's first turn that down and turn this down. And somebody asked me a question the other day about the scanner in the background. Was it a scanner or a ham radio or whatever? To be honest with you, I really don't remember, but more than likely it was the pager, because this pager has been given to me by the department, and it'll go off with a tone, and then it'll also, well, let me see here. It'll also transmit whatever it is they have to say, and it also has a recorder in it, so if I didn't hear what they said the first time, I can hit the button and replay it so that I can hear what they had said. So whenever there's a signal going off and they're transmitting over the radio, it will come over this pager, almost like a scanner, but it's actually a pager, and it doesn't scan, it just stays on the one frequency. So basically that's it. I can't talk on it, I can just listen for if I get called out, and then naturally in the truck I have the portable so that I can communicate. But I try to remember to turn things off when I'm out here so you guys are not hearing all that crap in the background. I'm used to it, so I ignore it, but if I hear something, it takes my attention to it. You know, if I hear somebody giving my call sign, or I hear a page come across, or I hear something of interest, you know, I pick the noise out, and at that point I take it from there. But that's what that was. So today is Friday, actually. I've already been out of the house and back. Today is well, I think it's the 13th. Wow, Friday the 13th. April 13th, 2018. And it is 12:20. That's p.m. Sun is shining. They're saying it's going to hit 65 today. I don't see that happening, but it's going to be warmer than normal. Well, I can't say warmer than normal. Warmer than what it's normally been so far. So it'll be close to that, I'm sure. Hold on a minute. Hey, buddy. So, well, we took Duffy to the vet today because he's been having some issues. He actually had surgery a couple weeks back. It appears that he has the beginning stages of cancer. So he had a mass growing inside his rectum. And at first they didn't know if it was like a colitis or something like that, but it got to a point to where they had to operate. And they did. And then they sent it out. So like I said, he had surgery. And it came back as cancer. So today, we had to go back for his checkup and to see how he's doing, because you never know it. I mean, he's an 8-year-old playful pup. You know, that's basically how he is. If you looked at him, you'd never think him to be 8 years old. I mean, the way he acts, he's just a playful pup. You know, and you wouldn't take him to be sick other than overweight, because no matter what we do with this guy, even from like the first 9 months, yeah, he just puts on weight. He doesn't eat a whole hell of a lot, but he just keeps putting on weight. So, but so he's a little overweight. So we now have to make an appointment with a specialist to decide what's going on. And my questions are going to be basically, how far along is it? How long does he have? And is it treatable? or are we just going to put him through a lot of unnecessary bullshit for nothing? Because if it is treatable and he can get a couple of good years out of it, well then let's go for it. If it's treatable but only to keep him going for another 5 or 6 months, well then we have to make a decision there. Let's keep him pain free and let it take its course, and we'll play it out that way. So we have to decide what's going on, not only for him and for us, but for his brothers. Huh, you ate all that already? You're a little pig. Okay, I'll give you a few more. Okay, that's it, okay? Because one of his brothers and him are really close. When they lay down together, they actually cross one another's paws over one another. When they lay down, they're usually in the same room and probably within 2 or 3 feet of one another. So it may be a little bit difficult on him, the brother, as well as the other brothers, because when we take either one of them to the vet, the other ones just hang at the gate waiting, so at this point, okay, now there's a call. Now that, you may hear the pager now. Unconscious, see?
81 Rescue 5, Medic 1 Car 6, 15 Oak Gate Drive, 15 Oak Gate Drive, for the unresponsive in the motor vehicle. Vehicle's running and it's lost.
Somebody lost consciousness in a running motor vehicle. So at that point, it's going to be hard on them all, I'm sure. So we got to see what goes on with that. Other than that, I got a few things I got to do today. Like what? Well, I've got to do another test and get it out of the way. I just want to get that done and out of the way. And then I got to put together a list. You had enough, okay? Later. No more. Not now. Later. Then I have to make a list, because I have to run to Home Depot. I'm going to pick up another 30 or 40 bags of chips. And I got to look. There's 2 things. Well, there's one thing I want to do, but there's 2 ways of doing it. So I got to price out a couple of different products and to find out which one's going to be the best at this point. Which one's going to hold up the best. I kind of got an idea. So we got to see what happens with that. And then I'll show you that idea once I get the other camera in my hand and I get outside with it. So, but other than that, that's about where I'm at. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to have a coffee and a muffin.
Unresponsive in the motor vehicle is running. The vehicle's locked. You have 2 9s en route as well.
Okay. So, and that's about it. Well, there's Lance. There's the other guy's little buddy. Huh. Okay, hold on, guys. Hey, Lance. Here. Here. Okay, now that's it. No more. So anyway, like I said, I'm going to have a muffin I just put in the toaster, and my coffee. Haven't had coffee yet today. Had breakfast, but had it without coffee. When I came home, I just went in the house and got comfortable because I had gotten up a little earlier than my normal routine. And if my normal routine doesn't work every day, it kind of sets me off a little bit. So when I got home from the vet, I went in the house, I made myself a sandwich. I usually come out here and have my breakfast and do a few things while I'm doing it. But I sat there and I laid down for a few minutes. I watched a little Star Trek. Yeah? No more. Later. I watched a little Star Trek and then said, I got to get my ass in gear. I got things I got to do.
Okay, it might be an overdose.
An overdose.
Into some program, but they're not sure what it was for.
And at that point, have my coffee and do what I got to do. So, let me get something started here. I'm going to put the blinders on you, and I'll be right back.